In this video, I'm going to upgrade my Windows 7 PC to Windows 10. So let's get to it. So it's a beautiful August day, August 3rd to be exact. Here in the United States, it's summertime, right in the middle of summer, and I'm going to upgrade my PC to Windows 10. Now, I had the opportunity to upgrade this last week on July 29th, but I had a very busy week last week. I had a mini vacation, so I didn't have the time to do it up until now. Now, the reason I do mention that it's a summer day is that I actually have the window open up here, and if you hear any outside noise, I do apologize in advance. But what you see in front of you is a Dell Precision T7500 workstation that you've never seen on this channel before. Now, I've shot a couple of videos about this PC already, but I haven't posted them yet. This is actually my new editing rig. It's a Dell workstation that has two Xenon CPUs in it. So it's actually a very good editing machine, actually better than my other PC. That was my actual first PC build on this channel. So I just had a radical move here and I switched to this machine, and it is editing things a lot faster. At the end of this video, there will be a link where you can actually learn more about this PC. But again, in this video, we're going to focus on the upgrade to Windows 10 and how easy it is and my first impressions. Now, I generally don't show you my office here, and one day I will do an office tour of what I have going in here. But let's just pan up from here to my dual screen setup with my Dell, I believe it's a 32-inch Dell monitor. It's actually the equivalent of 2K. Nowadays you can get 4K monitors, and I have a 30-inch monitor right by the side of it in a vertical position. I will be doing 3 monitors on this, but that again is for another video. Now, you'll notice in the lower right hand corner it says introducing Windows 10, your free Windows 10 upgrade is ready. Now, for those of you who do want to upgrade to Windows 10 and you don't know how to do it, it's being done in a rolled out fashion. So, you know, Windows is the most used operating system as far as desktops are concerned. I know Linux has a huge foothold in the server market, and then Mac OS X is a very niche market. So basically, being that Windows is one of the most used operating systems, if not the most used operating system on the planet, at least for desktops, they're staggering the rollout just to avoid a rush on their servers. So if you want to reserve your upgrade and you haven't done it already, all you need to go is down here. You'll see a Windows icon right here, and you click on it and then just follow the instructions on how to reserve an upgrade. I actually have several Windows machines. I'm waiting on an upgrade on one of the other ones. I just recently signed up for it. You can put your email address in there, but it's not necessary if you do want to sign up for the upgrade. It will just come ready on your PC, and you'll get a message like this when you're ready for the upgrade. It just so happens that this is the first machine that I have the opportunity to upgrade on. Now, I would be doing a screencast of this. However, being that I'm actually upgrading the operating system, the screencast software runs on the operating system, and it wouldn't be an effective way. So I'm just going to have to point the camera at the monitor. I do have 2 monitors, but really we're only going to focus on the main monitor here during this upgrade. Now, before we do that, I just want to show you my CPU usage meter up here, and it shows up as 24 cores there. Actually, each core or each processor has 6 cores, and they're hyper-threaded. So that's why it shows up as 24 cores. And those of you with the eagle eye there will notice that it actually has 48 gigs of RAM installed in it. So it is an editing beast. But that's the last we will be seeing of that gadget, because those of you who know, gadgets, Windows 7 desktop gadgets were eliminated in Windows 8, and of course they're not around in Windows 10 either. Another thing, if you're going to be doing an upgrade to Windows 7, Windows 8, you have to know that Windows Media Center will no longer be supported in Windows 10. So Windows 8.1 Pro with Media Center is the last version of Windows that will allow you access to Windows Media Center. Now, just as you see here, your free Windows 10 upgrade is ready. That means anybody with Windows 7 running on their machine or Windows 8 or 8.1 will get a free upgrade to Windows 10. That's a departure from what Microsoft has done the entire time they've been making operating systems. Now, supposedly, this free offer only lasts until this time next year. Probably July 29th or maybe July 28th, whatever the exact date will be, unless they extend it further. But they want everybody to upgrade from their previous versions of Windows to a newer version of Windows. So supposedly the upgrade window is for 1 year. If you want to upgrade after, assumably July 29th of next year, 2016, you'll have to pay to install Windows 10 on your machine. So without any further ado, let's get this started here. So here's my full desktop here, and I actually turned off the monitor on the right-hand side. That way it doesn't distract anybody, and pretty much, like I said, we're only going to be focusing on this one main monitor right now. Once I set things up later, I can fire up the second monitor again. But hopefully you can see this again. Screencasting software wouldn't work on this. So you saw this here where it says introducing Windows 10. Your free Windows 10 upgrade is ready. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to bring up this window here, and we'll see what it does. So right there it says your free Windows 10 upgrade is here. It's been reserved, it's been downloaded, and the upgrade is just ready to install. So it says I should expect a 10-second prep, and then I have to review the licensing agreement and then choose when to upgrade. So I'm going to click Let's Continue, and let's see this process. Again, this is the first time I've ever done this, and I assume if you're watching this you haven't done it either. So this is a first-time journey for the both of us, or all of us. Okay, here is the Microsoft Software Licensing Agreement, and basically, if you don't agree to this, as with all EULAs, you can't use the software. So I don't bother reading it. I know I'm not alone in that. So I'm just going to hit Accept here, and it's going to prepare for the upgrade. And I will fast forward through some of this if it does take a long time, but I'll try and keep you apprised of the entire process. Okay, so what's going on here, it's gone to the Windows Update, and I have to restart the machine to install this one last update. Now, I don't know if this is the actual Windows 10 installation or if this is a final update to Windows 7 to prep the machine for Windows 10, but we'll see when I hit the restart button here. Alright, here we go. Hi there, welcome back. So, I'm assuming it's taking this from my username, which I initiated the upgrade from. So, let me put in my password here, and I'll join you on the other side of that. Okay, so up next here we have an option just to use the Express settings, which include, it says, personalize your speech typing and inking input by sending contacts and calendar details, along with other associated input data to Microsoft. The next one's location, settings, and advertising ID. And then the next one is about malicious web content. and then automatically connect to open hotspots and whatnot. If you want to read the entire thing, just press pause. Hopefully you can read that. The text is kind of tiny there. But basically it says, you know, do you want to just accept all of the default settings or go through them one by one? Generally, I don't like my location information to be just default on a machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Customize Settings here. So we're here at the Customize Settings screen here, Personalization. Now, personalize your speech. Now, you can actually talk to Cortana, which is the assistant on Windows Phone and Windows 10 devices. Unfortunately, on this machine, I don't have a mic as of yet. I do have a webcam that I have to install on here. I have to unbox it. It actually has been in a box for quite a long time. I just never got around to opening it up because I don't really need it that much. If I do use a camera, it's usually on one of my laptops. But the first selection here is personalize your speech, typing, and inking input by sending contacts and calendar details along with other associated input data to Microsoft. It's on by default. I don't really use the calendar or contacts on here. You can always switch these, go into the settings of the machine and switch these things off. I'm just going to leave this one on because when I actually do Cortana and I do have a microphone attached to this machine, I will want to use the speech to you know, ask Cortana things just to try it out. So I will definitely want to keep that one on. Send typing and inking data to Microsoft to improve the recognition and suggestion platform. I'll leave that one on. And let apps use your advertising ID for experiences across apps. I don't even know what my advertising ID is, but I'll just leave that one on. Now this is the one I wanted to turn off, location. Let Windows and apps request your location, including location history, and send to Microsoft. So I'm going to turn that one off. Otherwise, I'll leave everything else on. Of course, you can use what suits your needs and wants and desires by, you know, going into this customizing settings here. I'm going to hit next. And we got more. Browser and protection. Use smart screen online services to help protect against malicious content and downloads in sites loaded by Microsoft browsers and store apps. I'll leave that one on. Windows is unfortunately synonymous with viruses and whatnot, so any protection I can keep going on here, I will. The next one is use page prediction to improve reading, speed up browsing, and make your overall experience better in Windows browsers. Generally, I use Google Chrome as my main browser. I do want to use the Spartan browser, which is the brand new internet browser that comes with Windows 10. It also does have Internet Explorer, but they're moving on from that, and they're going forward with Spartan. But when I use the Microsoft browsers, it's fine to, you know, send the data to Microsoft. I really don't care. Connectivity and error reporting. Automatically connect to suggested open hotspots. Not all networks are secure. I'll keep that one off because I want to control where I'm logging into. And then the next one is automatically connect to networks shared by your contacts. I will also keep that one off. So it looks like there's more here. Just one more. Send error and diagnostic information to Microsoft. That's fine with me. Let's go to the next one here. New apps for the new Windows. We have 4 apps here. One is a Photos app, one is a Music app, one is Microsoft Edge, which is actually the Spartan browser I was just talking about, and then Movies and TV. Interestingly enough, I just use this machine for my day job when I have to send things to work and my video editing, which is the vast majority of the time that I do spend on this machine. So I'm really not going to keep my photos, my music, and my movies on this machine at all, but I do want to try these things out maybe at a later date, and I might probably end up trying it out on another machine. But for the time being, I will, you know, use these as my default apps. So you could go into this and say, let me choose my default apps, but we'll try these as my default apps. Obviously, Microsoft Edge, I want to give it a try being the new web browser, but I do want to put Google Chrome as my default. So for the time being, I'll just see what it's like, and then I can always go into my settings, hopefully, and change it back to Google Chrome. But I do want to give Microsoft Edge a chance. So everything looks good here. We don't have to parse everything out like I did on the previous section, so we'll just hit Next here. And it's finalizing my settings. Hopefully I don't have to do too much to bring this back to, you know, an easy desktop that I was using before. We'll see what translates from the Windows 7 over to Windows 10. Now this is something that should be familiar to you guys who have ever upgraded or ever installed or ever purchased a Windows 8 or 8.1 device. You get these setup screens that you're seeing right here with the different background colors, just scrolling through all of those, or actually transitioning from one color to another. So we'll see how long this takes, and then we will continue when we have something to continue with. So here we go, Windows 10. Now the first thing out of the gate I realize is that I might have to do something with the display. Okay, it says install Canon Easy WebPrint EX. Click here. Okay, an update is being installed. So it's recognizing what I have attached to the system, and it's doing some upgrades and whatnot. But getting back to what I was saying before, the resolution needs to be worked on. Hopefully I don't have to go back and reinstall drivers. Not a big issue, but just a time issue. Before I continue with any of that, it looks like everything is pretty much, I mean, my icons, my desktop icons have been kind of messed around a little bit. I'll have to reorganize them. I don't like that. Okay, now we have AVG, which is my antivirus. I don't know if I'm going to keep AVG on here. I might just go with Windows Defender. Being that this is my editing machine for my videos here on YouTube, I don't really do any web browsing, you know, to speak of on this machine. So I don't really come in contact with anything that could infect the machine, but I do want to run an antivirus on here. So we'll see if AVG continues or if I could just stick with Windows Defender. But AVG wants to restart. I don't know. Let me go down here and let's just see what is going on actively. Okay, OneDrive is the Microsoft storage. It used to be called Cloud Drive. Okay, something just happened there. It might be recognizing my SD card. I have an SD card hooked into the monitor here, which has an SD card reader on it. It is hooked into my Wi-Fi already, so all of that stuff transferred over. I have notifications down here. Let's click on that. And let's see what we've got. Action Center. Finish installing device software. I don't know what that is. You know, what device they're talking about there. Probably was the Canon printer. And hopefully that's as friction-free as possible because I do use my printer. You have a tablet mode down here. Connect, note, all settings, quiet hours, VPN. So you have an interesting little action center or notification center here. And let's see, we've got the speaker volume, and then we have, again, show hidden icons here, going back to this. OneDrive, which was the cloud drive, I believe it was the previous name of it. Chrome notifications, Hangouts, Canon printer, Canon software. So let's see, this is just all the things that are running in the background. Pretty much normally what you know, what I'd experience with you know, Windows 7. Down here we have the task view, which shows you your different workspaces, but I don't have any right now, so I don't have any workspaces other than the main one here. We have the folders or File Explorer here. What is this here? The Microsoft Store or Windows Store, Google Chrome. This here is Premiere Pro, which is my video editing software, Adobe Premiere Pro CS 5.5, and then here is the AVG. Of course, down here you can click on this and you have sort of a universal search. This is Cortana. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't have a mic attached to this computer. But it says here I can do some things. I can remind you to do something at a particular time, place, or both. You can use voice to give me tasks, dictate messages, and the search, which is a web search, or also searching on your desktop here. I'll keep you posted to the status of your packages and flights. Similar to Google Now. I use Google Now because I'm an Android user. I like that a lot. That sometimes is tied into the Chrome notifications. And it says I can offer personalized ideas, news, scores, tidbits, events, traffic, weather, jokes, etc. I am interested, but not at this time. So let's just get out of that. But you can, like I said, do the web search there. Here's a start button. Looks a lot different. It's actually the start screen from Windows 8 and 8.1 incorporated with the old start menu. And here are some apps that are most used. Let's see what we've got here. I'm going to have to do a lot of customization here. But yeah, here are the live tiles here. And I'm just going to turn on the second monitor and see if it recognizes it at all. Okay, it doesn't because the pointer here only goes to the end of the screen here, and it stops. I can tell where it stops there. So the second monitor is not initiated, which makes me think I'm going to have to do something with the NVIDIA drivers on here, which I might have to reinstall them or whatnot. I don't know. But what I'm going to do, let's go here first and finish installing device software, see what that's all about.